The final field for the World Sports Betting Summer Cup has now been announced and the draw's been done and everybody knows where they stand as far as post position is concerned. And War of Athena, the daughter of Active War from the Paul Matchett stable, finds herself marginally at the top of the bookmakers' betting boards ahead of her counterpart Mel Moose, who was victorious in the Triple Crown this year, as was she in the Triple Tiara. Yes, very expensive for Pumalela this year to pay out double bonuses. These two very talented 3-year-olds, now 4-year-olds, take on the might of a horse called Got the Green Light, who was champion 2-year-old, champion 3-year-old, and he hails from the Joey Soma stable. It doesn't end there. We've got Tarry, who's got 5 runners in the race, having won the race 4 times. Mike de Kock has got 3 runners, including Malmoose, and he's won the race 9 times. Jeff Woodruff, who's won this race 6 times, does not have an entry as he's left South Africa and gone to ply his trade in Mauritius. But the bottom line is that our sincere thanks go out to World Sports Betting for having come to the party and having made this wonderful race, steeped in tradition, such a special race. So we're going to catch up with all of Mike de Kock, Tarry, Dorrie Sham, Johan Janssen van Vuren and Joey Soma. And we're also going to have the opportunity of speaking to former champion jockey GAVIN Lerena to find out how their charges have come through their preparation for this year's 2021 renewal of the World Sports Betting Summer Cup. Sean, suffice to say that this particular training establishment has produced almost 2 decades of Summer Cup winners. You've won it 4 times, you know the recipe. We'd first of all like to find out about Tierra del Fuego, who's shown himself more than capable, the son of Skit Skizzle, over 10 furlongs at level weights. This is a handicap.
Yes, I think the 6 kilos is going to come in really handy. He loves the course and distance. He has acquitted himself very well when tried at level weights with the top horses in the race. However, as a conditioner, I just felt that I had to try something with the blinkers in his last start and it backfired. His gallop was exceptional this morning. His coach turned, he's moving beautifully. He'll be ready to fire.
Shango, enormous run in the Derby. He came back and showed his well-being after gelding and Gravel in the consolation of the July. And he's a top-class individual, whichever way you look at it.
Yes, he hasn't been a sound individual since last year's July. But he's come back nicely. I was a little nervous to run him in the Victory Moon, fearing a penalty at those weights. It just is a bit lopsided because the tiers are so big at a 3 kilo spread. We decided to just keep him down the straight and look after his rating, but he's in a very good space. He's certainly got the form, and a draw wouldn't do him any harm.
Flying Carpet, he's shown right from the very beginning, from when he was a maiden, that he's a very, very highly thought of individual, not least of all his runs to MK's Pride, and his last start was a really, really good start in the Victory Moon.
Yes, I think that run he did really need, and that sort of brought him now to his peak. I think he's really fit and well for this engagement. Last year's form with the 3-year-olds tells a story, and he's obviously in receipt of a bit of weight, so I'm very happy to have him in, and I expect a decent showing.
A filly that's been crying out for this 10 furlong trip, both looking at her pedigree and her style of racing. She has a 5-length victory over Sparkling Water, who of course won the Victory Moon, and that is a filly called Siam, who's very, very easy to back at this moment in time.
I share your sentiments. I think she's had a lovely preparation. I don't see where the chinks are. She's not in the top 20, so clearly there are chinks, but I need to find them. Her gallop's gone really well. Her prep has gone very smoothly. And I think she's definitely a worthy contestant, and I think she'll have a say in the finish.
Yeah, I suppose if you look at it, she ran almost to the letter of her form with Almutana on their previous start in the Charity Mile. And 10 furlongs is definitely going to be more to her liking, I would think.
Yes, I mean, it doesn't matter which line of form you choose to go with her. She's in with a shout. However, there's only one blemish to a very short record of runs, which clearly they've paid attention to. For what reason, I'm not too sure. But yeah, as I say, in my book, there are no blemishes. She has collateral form with a few in the race, and I do expect her to run way bigger than her price.
I think those real class horses at the top end of the weights, like War of Athena, she's going to be very, very hard to beat, in my opinion. She's tough and really good, that filly. It's definitely favouring those type of horses. I mean, Sparkling Water is in really, really good form, but 6 kilo, or she's going to get probably 5 or whatever from War of Athena. Is it enough to turn around? I'm not convinced, because when she ran second to a War of Athena trounced her. She won really, really easily. She'll be competitive. She'd have to up her game. She hasn't run, funny enough, albeit she's won twice. I don't think she's run to a rating yet. So she's going to have to improve. Al Mutana, he ran a good race last time, kicked on late. Not guaranteed to see 2,000.
Al Mutana is racing in the middle and coming home strongly now. Al Mutana in the blue colours is just about to pick up the lead into the closing stages, and Al Mutana now shows its class. Al Mutana set the standard, Elowit behind that, and Siam fourth.
6 kilos with Malmoos. Just, I'm comparing two horses now. I'm not saying Malmoos is the right horse, but it'll be very hard for him to beat him.
So all the work that he was putting in before the on a mission mile, has he taken that run well? Has he come on? Is he spot on as you would expect him to be?
Yeah, Malmoos is definitely improved. I mean, I'd love to have had another run, to be honest with you, under the belt. I like to have 2 runs going into big races, but it wasn't possible time-wise. So we've got a mission, obviously. We're going to have a crack at Cape Town with him. This is a stepping stone. There's just no proper weight for age races in Gauteng for these top horses for a mile to 10 furlongs. So this is the obvious step. With the tightening of the weights, it does give the better horses, him, Joe Soma's horse, War of Athena, a better chance at the top end of the weights for sure.
Malmoos, the Triple Crown winner, he's a pressure horse, but he's a very, very good horse, and you must be very happy to be jumping away from Stallgate 1 in this year's World Sports Betting Summer Cup.
Very happy, Bonsky. He is a fabulous horse. Like you said, he won the Triple Crown last year, and he's a special horse. I think he's come to hand nicely. Very happy with the draw. Big well done to his groom for pulling such a wonderful draw, and looking forward to the weekend.
It's a wonderful touch. It's something that 4Racing always said they would address, and that's empowerment, making sure that the guys that spend probably the most time with them get the kudos that they richly deserve.
100%. Without them, this game's just not possible. And, so many of them take so much good care of their horses, and we're grateful for it. And it's nice to see that they're getting the acknowledgement and the accolades.
Having spoken to Mr. de Kock about 4 or 5 days ago, he said he thought that Malmoos desperately needed that mile run, despite the fact that his work had been very good. And he said that he has come on nicely. What are you feeling, Gavin, Lerena?
Yeah, look, I got quite a fright in the ring last time. He looked a bit too burly. But, in saying all of that, I think he's come on a lot. He's doing very well at home, and I'm much more confident this time around than the mile.
And a Triple Crown winner versus a Triple Tiara winner, that's a match made in heaven. With a horse like Got the Green Light, who's of course been champion 2-year-old and champion 3-year-old, and lots of other pretenders. The race is not devoid of problems and challenges.
No, not at all. I think it's going to be a fantastic race, and it's nice that War of Athena and Malmoos are going to see eye to eye. And look, all around it's going to be a fantastic race.